Hey everybody, Pastor Sam with a sermon sidecar. We've done these videos about once a month, not on a planned schedule, but more when there's an aspect to the sermon that wouldn't have necessarily fit in the flow of the message on Sunday, but we feel like it's a conversation still worth having. So these are designed to be much shorter, 5 minutes, usually less. And this week, we're following up to a very brief point in the sermon, the topic of abortion. I get it. Hard topic, heated topic. People get very fired up about this, and the conversation frequently turns very angry and very vehemently and vitriolically opposed to one another. How can we have this conversation without it becoming just two people raging at one another? Why is this conversation important? And so this sermon sidecar are some quick thoughts on how to engage in a tough topic like abortion. You know, in the message on Sunday, we looked at Exodus, where God explicitly assigns a legal personhood to the unborn child in the womb. And so I said, you know, for Christians, that should be enough for us to assign legal personhood to the unborn child in the womb. How else do we talk about this? Why is this important? It's become a political issue, and I think we as Christians really miss an opportunity when we allow the conversation to be political. My encouragement for you all as believers when engaging in this topic with someone who is pro-abortion and you're coming at it from a pro-life standpoint, certainly there's the scripture of before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. I knit you together in your mother's womb, God says. The psalmist says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So absolutely, I'm pro-life because God is pro-life, because scripture is pro-life. But when I talk to people about this, instead of trying to have a political disagreement conversation, really, I think how we need to view this conversation is an opportunity to point to the beauty and sanctity of life. See, this child is not a political pawn to advance a campaign issue. This is a human. This is a son or a daughter made in the image of God with the opportunity to know God and to love God in return. This is someone born loved by God, created loved by God, and when we rob them of their opportunity to know God in return, to be used by God, to fulfill his purpose for their life, his plan for their life, that's where it breaks my heart. I mean, that's grievous. And so rather than making this about political issues like so much of the world wants to, and making it about, well, my right versus your right to tell me what to do, and my recommendation would be to use it as an opportunity to talk about the intentionality that God has for each and every life, the plan God has for each and every life, the purpose God has for each and every life. So many people in this world are walking around desperate for meaning and purpose and fulfillment in their life. And when we're talking about unborn lives, we have an opportunity to give glory and praise to God and encouragement and hope to people of, hey, there's a creator who knows you, who loves you, who has a design for you. And that's why we want every person to have the opportunity to live. These are my recommendations. I don't think this conversation needs to be as ugly as we've allowed it to become. I think instead we can use it to point to the wonder of our creator and the joy of life. I hope we do it. Have a great day.